dive into the annals of history to a time when the world was ablaze with conflict, World War I. The year was 1914 and the planet was plunged into a war like no other. Nations across the globe were locked in a deadly dance of power and pride. From the old empires of Europe to the rising powers across the seas, the world stage was set for a conflict that would reshape humanity's destiny. In this tumultuous time, a novel emerged, All Quiet on the Western Front. It wasn't just any war story, no, this was a tale that stripped away the glamour of battle, revealing the raw, unvarnished reality of war. Penned by Erich Maria Remarque, this masterpiece serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict. In this narrative, we're not following a decorated hero or a strategic mastermind. Instead, we're in the boots of an ordinary young man thrust into the chaos of war. As we delve into this brutal period, we follow the journey of a young German soldier, Paul Baumer. Meet Paul Baumer, a bright-eyed young man eager to serve his country. Picture a lad, not yet a man, brimming with patriotism and the thrill of the unknown. He's a character as vivid as a summer's day, full of life, hopeful dreams, and an unquenchable thirst for adventure. Now, war is no child's play, but to Paul, it seemed like the ultimate test of courage, a grand quest to prove his mettle. He was drawn in by the allure of camaraderie, the promise of heroism, the chance to be part of something bigger than himself. But let's not forget our man Paul was naive. Just like countless others who heeded the call to arms with stars in their eyes and hearts ablaze. They say youth is wasted on the young, and perhaps there's a bit of truth to that. For Paul and his comrades, the harsh realities of war were soon to shatter their illusions. But as the saying goes, the first casualty of war is innocence. The reality of war hits harder than any bullet. Now imagine yourself in Paul's boots. The trenches, the makeshift homes for soldiers, are not the grand arenas of heroism and glory that he had envisioned. Instead, they are cramped and damp, filled with the stench of fear and death. The only soundtrack here is the deafening roars of artillery fire, punctuated by the chilling silence of anticipation. The expectation of gallant combat is shattered by the brutal truth. War is not a game of bravery and valor, but a game of survival. The days are filled with a paralyzing dread that any moment could be your last. The nights, they're haunted by the ghosts of the fallen, their faces etched into memory. This is not the adventure Paul had sought. This is a relentless fight against the very essence of humanity, fear, pain, and the instinct to survive. The adventure Paul sought was replaced by a struggle for survival. In the midst of chaos, a bond stronger than any battlefield is formed. Amidst the mud, noise, and constant fear, our protagonist, Paul, finds a semblance of solace. He, along with his fellow soldiers, forms a brotherhood, a comradeship that's as real as the war they're fighting. In this grim setting, they share stories, cigarettes, and the occasional laugh, adding a sense of normalcy to their otherwise harrowing reality. It's a stark contrast to the narrative they were sold when they signed up for this so-called adventure. Their bond, forged in the furnace of war, provides them with a much-needed anchor amidst the storm. These moments of camaraderie offer a break from the chaos, a glimpse of humanity within the inhumanity of war. It is a testament to the human spirit's resilience, its ability to find light even in the darkest of times. Yet even the strongest bonds are tested in the face of loss. War is a cruel thief, robbing not just lives but hope and dreams. At this stage, we're neck-deep in the muddy trenches of Paul Baumer's life. The eager young man we met at the beginning is long gone, replaced by a soldier who's seen too much too soon. Paul's war is not about glory or victory, it's about survival. The joy of youth is replaced by the harsh reality of life on the battlefield. Each day brings a new loss. Comrades who shared cigarettes and laughter in the brief moments of calm are now casualties of a war they didn't ask for. The gut punch of grief is a constant companion, a bitter reminder of the cost of war. Paul's disillusionment grows with each fallen friend. The war machine churns on, uncaring and ceaseless, grinding dreams and futures into dust. It's a grim reality, but it's the truth, and it's one that All Quiet on the Western Front paints with stark, unflinching honesty. Paul's inner monologue offers a poignant critique of the war. He questions the purpose, the point, the very essence of the conflict that's stolen his youth and the lives of his friends. We are not youth any longer, he reflects. We don't want to take the world by storm. We are fleeing from ourselves, from our life. We were 18 and had begun to love life and the world, and we had to shoot it to pieces. The novel doesn't shy away from the anti-war message. It's a powerful indictment of the glorification of war, the romantic notions that lead young men like Paul to enlist, only to have their dreams shattered by the brutal reality. Paul's journey, his loss, his disillusionment, they're more than just a story. They're a mirror held up to the face of war, a stark reminder of the true cost. It's not just about the lives lost on the battlefield. It's about the dreams, the hope, the humanity that's stolen away. Paul's journey is a stark reminder of the true cost of war. As the dust settles, we're left to ponder on the echoes of war. In the quiet aftermath, when the guns have ceased their deafening roar and the battlefield lies hushed, we're left alone with our thoughts. Thoughts that wander to the sacrifices made by soldiers like Paul and the harsh realities of war. The trenches, once teeming with life and camaraderie, now stand as silent witnesses to the lives lost and friendships forged in the crucible of conflict. All Quiet on the Western Front is more than a novel. It's a testament, a poignant reminder of the human cost of war. It's a mirror held up to society, reflecting the devastating consequences of a conflict often glamorized and romanticized in the annals of history. It poses questions that are as relevant today as they were in the trenches of World War I. What is the true cost of war? Who pays the price? In the pages of this novel, we find not just a story, but a plea for understanding, a call for compassion. It urges us to see beyond the uniforms and the medals, beyond the parades and the patriotic songs. It compels us to recognize the humanity behind the headlines, the individuals behind the statistics. It asks us to remember the Pauls of the world, young men who traded classrooms for trenches, textbooks for rifles, dreams for survival. And it's not just about remembering, it's about learning, about growing. It's about acknowledging the scars of war, not just on the battlefield, but in the hearts and minds of those who return home. It's about understanding that the echoes of war reverberate long after the last gun is silenced, in the shattered lives, the broken families, and the haunted dreams. So as we reflect on the battlefield, let's also reflect on our own role in remembering and honoring these sacrifices. Let's ensure that the stories of Paul and his comrades are not forgotten, that their experiences serve as a stark reminder of war's bitter truth. Remember, in war, there are no unwounded soldiers.